A 125-pound university dress becomes worth $125,000. A 40-pound Topshop frock crashes an entire website. A single pair of nude pantyhose resurrects a dying industry worth nearly $500 million. Welcome to the phenomenon that economists, fashion editors, and business analysts now study with the same intensity they once reserved for stock market crashes. The Catherine effect. But this story doesn't begin with crowns or palaces. It begins in 2001 in the hallowed halls of St. Andrews University, where a young art history student unknowingly set in motion a fashion revolution that would reshape an entire industry. She reportedly caught Williams' attention during a charity fashion show while wearing a sheer, lingerie-style strapless dress on the catwalk, which had originally been designed as a skirt by Charlotte Todd. That moment, that dress would later sell at auction for 1,000 times its original value. Here's what the fashion establishment doesn't want you to know. Catherine didn't just happen to become influential. She methodically dismantled decades of fashion rules, created billion-dollar market movements, and turned sustainable dressing from an afterthought into the ultimate status symbol. In 2021, it was reported that Catherine boosted the British fashion industry up to £1 billion within a year. But the real story isn't about the money. It's about the 10 revolutionary trends she pioneered that fundamentally changed how we think about power, influence, and style itself. Today, we're uncovering the strategic genius behind fashion's most powerful disruptor. From reviving forgotten accessories to weaponizing sustainability, her influence extends far beyond what meets the eye. Trend 1. The instant sellout phenomenon. Let's start with the trend that changed retail forever. The so-called Kate Middleton effect describes the phenomenon of garments selling out shortly after Catherine is seen wearing them. But what makes this truly remarkable isn't just the speed, it's the scale. An article published by Vogue Australia in July 2011 noted that Catherine's outfits often sparked high demand, with many items selling out shortly after her appearances, underscoring her commercial impact on fashion. But here's the staggering statistic. In 2018, a research by Brand Finance cited Catherine as the most powerful royal fashion influencer, retaining that pieces in her wardrobe increased desirability among 38% of American shoppers. Consider this. When she wore a 40-pound Topshop dress outside a nightclub, it promptly sold out. When Jennifer Shamandi designed elegant heels for Catherine, we had messages from stockists globally, wanting to know how quickly we could deliver a shipment of the style Kate wore. Shamandi told Bazaar in 2023. This phenomenon has become so predictable that retailers now prepare for what they call Kate spikes in demand. According to List, Kate Middleton has inspired our wardrobes this season. While the royals' sartorial choices mean big money in the fashion industry, as Brand Finance estimated that the Kate Middleton effect contributes £4.7 billion to the UK economy each year. Trend 2. The Great Pantyhose Revival. Now let's talk about something that would make your grandmother smile. Catherine single-handedly brought back pantyhose. Yes, really. In an era when Carrie and the other girls in Sex and the City traipsed around town bare-legged, regardless of the season, Catherine did something radical. She made nude hosiery fashionable again. Catherine has been credited for popularizing nude pumps and hosiery in the early years of her marriage. But this wasn't just about royal protocol. Fashion experts told Today they, too, have noticed the old-turned-new trend. We started seeing the models wearing hose, and I think people wondered, is this something that will circulate? The impact was immediate. There was $482 million in sales of sheer hosiery in the one-year period ending in May 2015, according to the NPD Group, which includes an increase in sales to millennials. And the trend reached unexpected places. Flashier stars like Miley Cyrus, Beyoncé, and Ariana Grande are also fans of flesh-toned hose. Catherine's technique was masterful. It's rumored that the Princess of Wales has 3 main hosiery brand favorites. Kate's gel cushions have been seen in images peeking out from the bottom of her natural bare leg tights. She made even the practical elements look effortless. Trend 3. Sustainable fashion as status symbol. Here's where Catherine truly revolutionized luxury fashion. She made rewearing clothes not just acceptable, but aspirational. Kate is one of the most prolific outfit repeaters in the royal family, frequently rewearing favorite outfits time and time again. Royal fashion expert Miranda Holder told Hello. But this wasn't born from necessity. It was a conscious choice that sent a powerful message. Given that only 2% of the world's garment workers are paid a livable wage, and the fashion industry contributes about 10% of annual global carbon emissions, it's never been more refreshing to see the nation's most influential style icon making a case for earth-conscious fashion choices. The numbers tell an incredible story. Rarely does the royal debut an entirely new outfit, instead favoring recycled looks for red carpets and tailoring vintage pieces for royal tours. One cream Alexander McQueen dress. She first wore this piece to Princess Charlotte's christening in 2015 and has reworn it 3 other times, including to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding in 2018. What's fascinating is how she transforms repeats. At the 2019 British Academy Film Awards BAFTAs, Kate Middleton wore a snow-white dress. This regal gown made another appearance 4 years later when she attended the 2023 BAFTAs in the very same dress. However, she upgraded the look with black opera gloves, statement earrings, and pin-straight hair. Trend 4, the coat dress revolution. Let's examine what might be Catherine's most signature contribution to modern royal dressing, the coat dress as a power uniform. During daytime engagements, she has been noted to favor coat dresses, tea dresses, waxed jackets, lavalier blouses, blazers, and skinny jeans. But the coat dress became her weapon of choice for a specific reason. It solved the eternal royal fashion dilemma of looking both formal and approachable. Watch her evolution. She donned her Catherine Walker coat dress, its pillar box red hue as eye-catching as the giant feminine bow that adorns the collar. Staying true to her penchant for rewearing items in her wardrobe, Kate has previously donned the design for the Together at Christmas Carol service at Westminster Abbey in December 2022, as well as for the South Korean president's state visit in November 2023. The strategic brilliance is clear when you understand the symbolism. She has literally been rebranded in line with her new level of authority as the Princess of Wales and her position as our future queen. The coat dress became her visual language for serious, stately occasions. Trend 5, diplomatic dressing as soft power. Now we arrive at perhaps Catherine's most sophisticated fashion innovation, using clothing as international diplomacy. Catherine is known for her symbolic dressing on official overseas visits, often incorporating elements that reflect the host nation's culture and values. For example, on a 2019 visit to Pakistan, she wore traditional shalwar kameez by local designers. In Paris in 2017, she wore Chanel and Cartier in tribute to French fashion. But the execution was remarkably nuanced. In Pakistan, Kate wore an all-white outfit, wearing a shalwar kameez by Gul Ahmed and a shawl by Mahim Khan. For another engagement, she wore a traditional blue kurta and asymmetric dupatta, both created by Khan. The attention to detail was extraordinary. When William and Kate carried out a royal tour of Poland and Germany in 2017, the Duchess's outfits were a nod to the host nations. She arrived in Warsaw wearing white and red, the colors of Poland. In Germany, the Duchess looked stunning in a sunflower yellow lace fit and flare dress by Jenny Packham, another of the 3 colors of the German flag. The color blocking strategy. As we near the end of our journey through Catherine's fashion influence, let's discuss her most recent innovation, strategic color blocking as royal communication. Kate has often turned to color blocking with her effortless dressing, but to use the technique in almost every royal engagement of 2025 suggests there's been a conscious shift in her approach to style. The psychology is fascinating. Color expert, personal stylist, and fashion commentator Marina Thomas explains that Kate may wear singular colors, such as red, at important and stately engagements for myriad reasons. Wearing red certainly portrays confidence and a willingness to be seen and noticed. This echoes a predecessor's strategy. The late Queen's daughter-in-law, the Duchess of Edinburgh, once made a rare comment about Her Majesty's fashion choices. She needs to stand out for people to be able to say, I saw the queen. Conclusion, the lasting impact. So what does the Catherine effect really mean for fashion? It's not just about one woman's excellent taste. It's about fundamentally changing how we think about influence, sustainability, and power dressing. Kate's wardrobe is so powerful, it is thought her style alone has given an estimated £1 billion annual boost to the UK fashion industry, something that is much needed in this increasingly sluggish economy. But beyond economics, she's created a new template for modern influence. She's shown us that true style isn't about constantly acquiring new things. It's about curating, repeating, and thoughtfully presenting yourself to the world. She's proven that fashion can be a diplomatic tool, an economic driver, and a form of visual storytelling. Most importantly, Catherine has demonstrated that in our digital age, authentic style influence isn't about following trends. It's about setting them. From reviving forgotten accessories to making sustainability aspirational, she's written the playbook for fashion influence in the 21st century. And here's the ultimate irony. A source has previously told the Sunday Times that Kate would prefer there not to be such a focus on her sartorial choices, with Kensington Palace no longer willing to share or confirm the names of labels the princess wears. Even when she tries to step away from fashion, the Catherine effect continues. Because in the end, the most powerful fashion statement isn't about what you wear, it's about the confidence to wear it your way again and again.